To register here to provide comment via Zoom, you will need to fill out the form completely if you wish to provide public comment at a future meeting. After the public comment form is submitted, you will receive an email confirmation with the Zoom link and the phone number to the meeting. Participants must submit this form at least 30 minutes prior to the meeting. Forms submitted after that time will not receive the Zoom link number to speak, but may still participate the day of the meeting by coming in person to the council chambers right up until the time the meeting begins. Please note that we do not allow comments on any kind of campaigning, whether for or against ballot measures or candidates running for office. We also do not accept comments focused on personal matters that are unrelated to the city business. So clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mayor Franklin.
Here.
Councilmember Ryan.
Here.
Councilmember Vogely.
Here.
Councilmember Zarlingo.
Here.
Councilmember Fossey.
Here.
Councilmember Schwab.
Here.
Councilmember Toohey.
Here.
President Stonecipher.
Excused. Now I'd like to ask Councilmember Zarlingo to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you for that. And now I would like to ask Councilmember Fossey to read the Land Acknowledgement.
The City Council wishes to acknowledge the original inhabitants of this place, the Shtahubs people and their successors, the Tulalip tribes. Since time immemorial, they have hunted, fished, gathered on, and taken care of these lands and waters. We respect their sovereignty, their right to self-determination, and honor their sacred spiritual connection with the land and water. We will strive to be honest about our past mistakes and bring about a future that includes their people, stories, and voices to form a more just and equitable society.
Thank you. Now, do I have a motion for the approval of the minutes of June 8th, 2022?
So moved.
Vogely seconds.
Thank you. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilmember Ryan.
Yes.
Councilmember Vogely.
Yes.
Councilmember Zarlingo.
Yes.
Councilmember Fossey.
Yes.
Councilmember Schwab.
Abstain.
Vice President Toohey.
Yes. Welcome this evening, Mayor Franklin.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone had a chance to enjoy Sorticulture this last weekend. It was a fantastic event, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to Tyler Chisholm and all the city teams that were a part of organizing and putting that event together, from Public Works to Police to Parks plays a really big part in that event. And I've heard repeatedly that it was the best one yet. We had more vendors than ever. I got calls on all days saying how wonderful the event was, and then when I was walking around the event, people stopped me to say this was amazing. So really want to extend again my thanks to Tyler and the entire city team. And with that, I have no further comment this evening.
Thank you. Deb, do we have anyone signed up this evening to speak?
Good evening, Vice President Toohey. We have no one signed up to speak, and we have no written comment this evening. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And moving on to council comments and liaison reports, we'll start tonight with Councilmember Ryan.
Good evening, everybody. I had a chance to go on a tour of the Port of Everett last week with Councilmember Schwab, and it was really wonderful to see the space more close up than I usually am allowed to be. So, and a great reminder too of the wonderful partnership that we have with the port. And I'm so excited for the developments that are going in, and the restaurants and Restaurant Row, and the work that they're doing to electrify the port, and the considerations that they're taking for environmental stewardship. And it's just a really wonderful thing down in the area. So excited for that. And I also had the opportunity to pass along some concerns that I had been hearing from neighbors about noise at the port, and we'll continue to work towards a solution for that matter. So. Over the weekend, I enjoyed the library summer reading kickoff on Saturday at the library, and it was great to take my kids and participate in events and get excited for the summer activities that the library is offering. On Monday, I went to the Port Gardner Neighborhood Association meeting, and a reminder that it's the second Monday of every month at 7 p.m. at Sequoia High School. There's a number of updates and that I wanted to pass along for folks to know about. So this Saturday at Depot Park, the Friends of Depot Park are doing a geranium planting event from 10 to noon. The Historic Everett is hosting a cemetery tour at the Evergreen Cemetery on June 25th, which is exciting and really informative. The Snow Isle Co-op is looking for Board of Trustees members to participate, so applications are due by August 1st. And Port Gardner is working on putting together a neighborhood yard sale on July 23rd, and it's going to be modeled after the very successful Northwest Neighborhood MOAGs, the Mother of All Garage Sale event, and I'm trying to coin the term DOAG, Daughter of All Garage Sales. We'll see how that takes off. So if you would like to participate, it's a $10 participation fee, and you'll be able to be included on a map. You'll get a sign and just be part of the group. So you can either email me, and I can connect you with the folks planning it, or email portgardner.everett@gmail.com. And last but not least, I received 2 emails this week and 1 verbal ask from folks in the community for an update on Woodcreek. So I just wanted to follow up on my previous email request to make a more formal public ask to have an update on the timeline of when we can expect that discussion and opportunities moving forward. So that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Vogely.
I have many things running around in my head, and I'm going to choose to make no comment this evening.
All right, thank you for that. Councilmember Zarlingo.
Thank you. I'll start by commenting about Woodcreek. Actually, the first of our Transportation and Infrastructure Committee meetings happens tomorrow morning. Councilmembers Schwab and Vogely. And Woodcreek is on our kind of contingent discussion list. We have several other topics that'll be ahead of that, but we will be getting to that, so thank you for the reminder. A couple of other quick things. The Board of Health, Snohomish County Board of Health, 2 significant developments. You may have read about the hiring of a new health officer. We've been recruiting and interviewing and asking for really quite a range of experience and knowledge and training. Dr. Spitters will be a hard act to follow. We've selected Dr. James Lewis, recently been with Public Health Seattle in King County. We voted yesterday to approve that contract, and I'm confident he'll serve well in this very challenging role. Also on the health district, we're moving forward on the integration of the health district with the county, and no surprise, finding that there are complexities and challenges that the board, the county, the various cities, and the health district administration themselves will have to work through. There are complicated laws and requirements and some things that didn't exactly anticipate this sort of development. So I think it's all workable, and the good news is this really should lead to a health district that will be able to offer increased services and better meet the needs of all the residents in the county going forward, and that all will really transition, we anticipate right now, January 1st. And then lastly, I had a chance last night to virtually meet some community members and neighborhood leaders of the Riverside neighborhood, answered a couple of questions and learned about some concerns, and really enjoyed learning about and exploring an area of the city that, well, this area is like a dozen miles from the neighborhood that I've been so involved with since 1991. So I'm learning this big city, all the little communities within it, and getting familiar with that. And that's been fun and its own kind of challenge. That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Councilmember Fosse.
Thank you. Recently, I got to attend Hawthorne Elementary's Multicultural Night, and it was such a blast. It was well put on, so I just wanted to give a big kudos out to all the folks and volunteers that put that on, because it was very educational and heartwarming, and my kids had a great time. I got to go to Sorticulture too, and that was so much fun, and like the mayor, I've heard nothing but amazing comments. I think the only comment that I heard, which is the same one I hear every year, which is more plants, but it was nothing to say, there was anything wrong with the event. The event was amazing, and I even talked to some local folks around there who they have their business there, and they were very excited about the location and it being downtown, and so it was a blast. We had a lot of fun. I also at a recent event, learned something very interesting that I thought would be important to share. There's Esther's Place, which is a limited hours day center for women and children in Everett, and it sounds like that is the only place to shower for a woman. Is it in Snohomish County or in Everett?
Definitely in Everett, and I think it might even be Snohomish County, a woman in need without her own shower.
Yeah. That was just a very startling realization that there's just not a place to go for people that are unhoused, women, families. So just wanted to put that out there. And I also wanted to say happy birthday to, Councilmember Tui's birthday is coming up, so that's all I got.
All right, thank you. And I don't like to be reminded, but that's all right. Councilmember Schwab?
Happy birthday.
Oh, okay, all right. I have no other comment. So do we have an administrative update this evening?
Nothing this evening,
Okay.
thank you.
And City Attorney, Mr. Hall?
I
good
don't
to
have
see you
anything
back.
to report, thank you,
Okay.
and there is no executive session tonight.
Okay. So do we have a motion for the consent items this evening?
Councilmember Ryan so moves.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Thank you. Clerk, will you please take the roll?
Councilmember Ryan,
Yes.
Councilmember Vogely,
Yes.
Councilmember Zarlingo,
Yes.
Councilmember Fosse,
Yes.
Councilmember Schwab,
Yes.
Vice President Tui.
Yes. Moving on to the proposed action items. These items were read last week, so I will not read them again, but I would like to know if there are any questions from council members on these items. Councilmember Vogely?
Because we're in such a jovial mood, I just thought I'd get onto the microphone again. No, I don't actually have any questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Seeing none, with no further business and no executive session, we are adjourned.